Medicare denied your claim? Don't give up. Be persistent. Most denials can be overturned. In fact, 83% of appeals are reversed. Let me show you how to appeal and when. Medicare denials happen every day, and if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, then you're probably familiar with prior authorizations. The system is designed to control costs, but it also leads to millions of denials. Over 46 million prior authorization requests were submitted in 2022 alone. But if you know the right steps, you can turn a denial into an approval. I'm Callie, and I help people just like you navigate Medicare every single day. First, let's figure out why your claim was denied in the first place. Medicare denials usually fall into one of three categories. They say the service isn't medically necessary, it's not covered underneath your plan, or there's a technical error like missing prior authorization or a bad billing code was sent over. For people with Medicare Advantage, prior authorization is a big reason. In fact, 99% of Medicare Advantage plans require them, while traditional Medicare usually only requires prior authorization for a few specific services. So let's say your doctor's office submitted a claim for surgery, but the proper justification or the correct code for the procedure was missing from that filing. Then that's an easy fix. You appeal the denial, have the office correct the mistake, and you're good to go. And it's approved, you can move on with your much needed surgery. Most people, though, don't appeal their denials. In 2022, only 1 in 10 did. But of those who did, over 80% had their denials overturned. So if you get denied, appeal it. Start by reading the denial letter or your Medicare summary notice, MSN for short, if you're on traditional Medicare, or your explanation of benefits, EOB for short, if you have an Advantage or Part D plan. These will tell you the reason for the denial. If it's unclear, call Medicare or your insurance company directly, or your insurance agent or broker like NaviQuote, because you need to know exactly why they're saying no, because understanding the why is the first step in winning your appeal. And now it's time to build your case. You're going to need medical records and test results, prior authorization forms if they're required, and detailed itemized bills. Also, a letter from your doctor explaining why the service is medically necessary might be needed because sometimes it's a little bit more complicated. And if the insurance company has denied based on medical necessity, your doctor will have to justify their decision and explain why the procedure is medically necessary. Ask them for a letter of medical necessity. This document can be the biggest difference between an approval and a denial. Be sure to keep everything organized and make copies of everything for yourself as well. For traditional Medicare, you'll start by filling out Form CMS 20027, which is the Medicare Redetermination Request Form. Include your name, Medicare number, the denied service, and why Medicare should cover it. Be sure to include your supporting documents that I mentioned before. I'll put a link in the description below to that document. When you write your appeal letter, keep it short. Show them the facts and make it clear why the denial is wrong, especially if it's related to medical necessity, and back it up with all of your supporting documents. For Medicare Advantage or Part D plans, follow the instructions in your denial notice. Each plan has its own process, but it's usually pretty similar. And be mindful of deadlines. Traditional Medicare gives you 120 days to appeal, while Medicare Advantage and Part D plans typically give you 60 days. But always double check with your insurance company on their exact process and what they need. After you file your appeal, Medicare or your insurance company will review it. If they approve it, great, your claim will be paid or reimbursed, or you get to move on with your much needed surgery. But if they deny it again, don't give up. The appeals process has 5 levels, and we're on level 1, which is the redetermination phase, where you file by the deadline on your MSN, or if you miss it, you can still most likely appeal and just explain why you missed that deadline. Level 2 is reconsideration, where you file with a qualified independent contractor within 60 days. Level 3 goes before an administrative law judge, where you can request a hearing if your case meets the $190 minimum for 2025. Level 4 is where you can appeal the ALJ decision before Medicare Appeals Council within 60 days. And level 5, as a last resort, you can always appeal to a federal court if it goes that far, but hopefully it doesn't. Here's how to improve your chances. Be thorough, submit all your documents, keep copies, and always, always follow up. Because many people don't appeal because they don't know they can, or they just feel intimidated by the process, but please don't be. Remember, over 80% of appeals are approved, and you just have to get started. If your Medicare claim is denied, don't give up. You have the right to appeal, and with the right strategy, you could win. Call me or click the link in the description below to schedule an appointment with me, and I'll guide you through every single step of the process. And don't forget, if you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And after that, check out this video right over here for more expert insurance tips and updates. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.